Hello crafters, this is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and I had a request to do a quick tutorial on how to put together this wonderful envelope set from Trinity Stamps, the 4-bar card and envelope builder. Super cute set. I had shown you this in a recent video. The finished envelope measures 3 3/4 inch wide by 5 1/4 inch tall. It is an envelope, a nice little curved detail here in the back, decorative detail. So it's not a side loading like it goes like this. It's more like a top loading envelope, and you can put a note card. It does come with the dies to create this note card. That fits nicely in here. Alrighty folks, so let's do a video on how to put together this beauty. Let's get started. Okay crafters, so this die can fit in your standard die cut machine. I believe it can even fit in a diamond press marquee because of the width. 3 3/4 inch wide, and I think the width of a marquee is 4 inches, so this should be able to work, and it does have the length with a slimline folder. All right, so I had already pre-cut, so what you're going to need is one of this, and here are the flaps. So from this whole die set, what you really need to make the envelope, just these two pieces. One of this, two of that, and these little flaps. So here are the one piece there, two flaps here, okay? I did cut it out of plain cardstock first, because when you do cut it out of pattern paper like this, it is harder to see your score lines and feel it, but I'm going to show you a little trick, okay? Then you're going to take your 1/4 inch tape, or you can do wet glue. I prefer tape. I'm using my a cherry on top cherry tape. What I have handy, I just finished out of my scrapbook.com. Had to go get my quilt square. This is sold in the sewing section of Hobby Lobby. It's 2.5 inch little omni grid square. So this is in the sewing, quilting, that section. I see it in the sewing section by the scissors and craft mats in the sewing section. That's where I actually bought it, and I like to use it to cut this kind of tape. All right. Okay, so now on here, here's the score line right there. You see, and they gave you a very faint score, because if they gave you a deep score, sometimes with a deep score line in a die, oh, it'll crack the paper and then it will cut through it. So they have to be careful in how they do it. So this, you can go like this. You could also take a scoreboard and rescore it, but in this instance, I don't think it needs it. I kind of like to go from the back first, like so. See how it just gently bend? Then come to the front and then go like this. Now in the last video, I did use a Teflon bone folder, crafter's best friend, for card making and mini album making. When I used it here across the top, I can see already it's cracking, but this is pattern paper. This is cardstock. So let's see with cardstock. See, no cracking. And this is just Michael's 65 pound. I kind of like to do it this way first and then come back so. So, yep. And sometimes if you know that the paper cracks when you first fold into it, then do it on the back side like I just did. Let that get the crack. This side. So that's one piece. Then now, same thing here. So normally we're supposed to fold in, but I just want to make sure it doesn't crack. So I'm doing like this. There we go. It does fold cleanly on that score line. Take my bone folder, like so. So that's flap one. Then again, do it on the back side first, on the inside of the flap. Flip it back over, and then now burnish. You can do it the proper way, but when I saw the cracking happening, that just upset me so much. What I do really love about this particular envelope set, most envelope die sets, you see this little taper? Most of them will come straight out. When you assemble this straight out, right, let me zoom the camera down now to talk about mini album making. You see that little space that they have? If this was right here up on this, fit right there, like how some of the sets do. See what's happening to the paper right there already? Resistance and cracking. Here, when they put that space, this folds down, no problem. So they didn't go flush. Most envelope die sets would go flush here to here. Here, this one, they gave you 1/8 of an inch on both sides, which is nice. You see, right there, that little space. That nothing's gonna fall out. It's just that little space helps this envelope to function better. Let that flap stay in place. Don't let the edges crumple. I have seen that with dies, and then I have to take something and manually taper the edge myself. So you're gonna take off the adhesive like I just did. This is sticky side. And you're going to put this edge down to that edge, okay? So like so, you're gonna center it here. Just go edge to edge. Let me make sure that I'm in frame. Like so. See? So your flap is now on the inside, outside, nice and clean. This is the front of your envelope. You see? All right, now let's do the other side. So I can take this Teflon bone folder and go again. That just helps to flatten down the paper, make it nice, give you nice edges, no bulk. Again, take off the release paper from the double-sided adhesive. What you're seeing, if you're seeing that mess, that's me taking a Sharpie to write on my, I always write the measurement on my tape roll. That's what that black is. Don't worry about it. It doesn't do anything. It's not dirt. It's just the ink, the Sharpie. And you can do it two-handed too if you want. I generally don't, but let's go ahead and do it here. Just from edge to edge. Am I good here? Now this one I went very close to there, but I'm still under it. Yep, I'm still under it. Oh, that does not look good. I prefer the top being a little bit lower. And then what you want is a piece of tape right in here. Now this distance is small. So this is not going to take a 1/4 inch tape. So here you can use wet glue if you want, but I can do the 1/4 inch here. And I believe that's how I did it before. 1/4 inch tape. There you go. These edges are the same. It's just I went too high there. So if it's bothering you, just line it up better than I just did. Oh, goodness. All right, so I'm not going to go all the way to the top. And then go like this. Just let it set for a minute. I normally, because I'm in here filming, I use wet glue, but I did use 1/8 of an inch score tape for this right here. Just to be honest with you. I don't use wet glue. I don't like wet glue because a lot of the times the wet glue will show. Here it's not showing, but it'll start rumpling with the paper. I like to use, you know, 1/8 of an inch. And then peel this bottom piece off like so and fold up. There you go. There's your envelope. Ready to go. Now let's do one real quick with pattern paper. And I'm going to play some music this time so you'll see it again. Okay, crafters, so I'm back. As you can see, I went to seal the bottom without sealing here first. I caught myself. I was like, wait a second. And then I just pried it off and glued it up and it's fine. What just happened? You won't see. So boo-boo fixed. Alrighty. So now here is decorative paper and there is solid cardstock. Cute, right? Now let me back out the camera. Alrighty, so now from here, this die does come with these decorative pieces. You can use it as a label on the top. I took a cut apart, a 4x6 cut apart from my stash, like so. So this is just something from a paper pack. All right, drop the die here, like right, centered it as good as I could, drop the die and then cut it out, and I got this piece, okay? That you can save as a frame or just toss it. This now I could put on the outside, like so, or put it on the inside, like in this instance, I use the biggest die for the background here. As you can see, this is a second, so I could do solid cardstock, then that label, and it'll be like this, and done. Or I could also, and I wanted to try, I took 7 inches wide by 5 inches tall. So 7 inches wide, meaning 7 by 5, score down the middle at 3.5 to make a little envelope. So this is the same size as this biggest die, okay? And then make a card. And I was thinking I could put this here. So I wouldn't do too much bulk because this doesn't have a lot of bulk. And then you could make a card and then insert it. There you go. This is not 110-pound cardstock. This is just regular 65-pound Michaels cardstock. Don't go with something too thick if you want to turn it into a card. And then I wouldn't embellish it too heavily. These are flat anyway, but this is still 4 layers as opposed to this just being a card with a top, 2 layers, and maybe just a heart sticker, and I'm done. I wouldn't go higher and higher. This one is much thicker with this one. Okay, so it could turn into a card and fit in here. Seal that up. This you could either seal with a temporary adhesive dot, removable dots you could put here, or you could also get some 3/8 of an inch Velcro. They sell that in the sewing section again. Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and Joann's. Maybe even Walmart. Check Walmart. And you could stick one of the Velcro things here so you could, you know, one piece here, and then it goes like this. Or get it on Amazon. I will link it then below. See that I'm talking about it. Last time I bought mine was at Amazon because the size, the 3/8 of an inch circle. You don't want a big, huge one, but a little small one. That's a good one to get. Let me see how many can fit in here. So the card is in here, plus the note card. Yeah. See the bulk? You can start seeing it getting bulky. It does work though, but I just wouldn't go too bulky. You could do like, you know, fold a $20 bill if you're giving it to somebody as a money gift or something, money card type thing. That can work. Gift cards, you can turn the gift card sideways and put it in here for sure. That works as well. Alrighty, crafters, I just wanted to do a quick video on how to put together this cutie patootie envelope. Loving. Now I gotta find something to do with these two. I'm gonna do something with this though, with that one. Alrighty, crafters, until the next video. Stay crafty, my friends. Bye.